back. Welcome to the Rebel Alliance Briefing Room podcast. We are here to podcast about anything and everything Star Wars with you. Please visit our website where you can play current and past episodes. That's https://RABR KyleJohansson.us. That's RABR.KyleJohansson.us. On the left-hand side is a navigation menu. You can use this to learn how to load the Rebel Alliance Briefing Room podcast on your Android or Apple phone and tablet. And we have direct links to our podcast on Apple and Google Podcasts. Please participate by connecting to our social media, answering questions of the week, or submitting feedback directly from the site. Again, all of these are available at the Rebel Alliance Briefing Room website at RABR.KyleJohansson.us. And now it's time to talk Star Wars. I am Kyle John Johansson, and this is Andrew Scott Sutton. Say hello. Say hello. Hello. Sorry again, we're recording this the second time. Anyway, these are the Tales of the Jedi episodes, and Scott's not going to be available because we're behind on recording, and I'm just going to kind of blast through them all. This is episode 1, Life and Death, and we'll go through some question of the week and how to submit some feedback for us. But let's go ahead and get started, everybody. So gather up and grab your chair, take a seat in the Rebel Alliance Briefing Room. That's right. So episode 1, Life and Death, was 19 minutes long. Took place 36 before the Battle of Yavin, between 36 and 35. So about a year took place during the episode. You'll see, we see a toddler, Ahsoka a toddler, and then we see Ahsoka a little bit older. This is, before the Battle of Yavin, is before the Death Star explodes, but I think it's also before Revenge of the Sith, and maybe even earlier than that, because Ahsoka is like 16 years old, or so during the Battle of Yavin. Anyway, so let's get into it here.
Spoiler alert. Danger. You're about to be spoiled. This is your spoiler alert. We're about to talk candidly and explicitly about some TV shows or movies. If you have not watched them, please fast forward to the appropriate section. You will not be warned again because you will be spoiled.
That's right. So the appropriate section would be the end, because we're going to be spoiling the whole way. All right. So on the planet Shili, Toragata man Nakil announces the birth of his newborn daughter Ahsoka Tano to the village. Toragati is the name of the village. Toragati, and the villagers gather. Pavati nurses her newborn daughter and smiles with pride as the village chief Gantika approaches. Pavati names her daughter Ahsoka. Dun, dun, dun. After several years pass, the Ahsoka grows into a toddler. Later, we see a droid helping Nikhil lay tiles on the roof of the family home. Pavati carries her infant daughter in a baby carrier, and Nikhil asks if she is sure that Ahsoka is ready, and the questions the need to follow the old traditions. Pavati replies that they're following the customs and warns Nikhil not to insult the spirits, trees, and ancestors from the past. Before leaving, Pavati fetches a hunting rifle, and Nikhil wishes his wife and daughter farewell before they leave for the hunt. While walking through the village, Pavati and Ahsoka pass Gantika, who is feeding several Tuca cats, about 3 or 4. After confirming over a year has passed, Antika paints a speck of blue paint on both Tano and Bavati's forehead, um, and utters a blessing. Mother and daughter depart for the forest, and Antika continues feeding the Tuca cats. While Pavati walks through the forest, Ahsoka notices a squirrel navigating through the branches and the trees. She also hears the insects whistle in the background of the lush forest. Pavati tells her daughter many lessons, and one of the best ones is they're surrounded by life and to honor it. Pavati also walks past several plants with large white seed heads and disperses the pollen through the forest with her rifle. The young Ahsoka laughs with joy until her mother shushes her. They hear several kaibucks braying in the background. Pavati and her daughter approach the forest clearing where the kaibucks are grazing on grass. Pavaki takes position behind a tree and aims her rifle at the kaibucks. And just as an example, these kaibucks kind of look like deer. They're not quite the same, but they're very, very close to deer-like looking. Um, as Pavati aims her rifle, we see Antika utter a prayer back at the village. With Ahsoka and Pavati approach the kaibucks which she has shot. The animal is wounded but still alive. Ahsoka is upset with her mother, but her mother tells her that they must face death and not be upset by it. As the kaibuck breathes its last breath, Pavati utters a prayer before slicing the creature's throat. Antika senses the passing of the kaibuck back at the village. Meanwhile, Pavati tells Ahsoka that the male kaibuck she killed will feed many mouths and go to great use. While Pavati talks about carrying the kaibuck back to the village, a Sabertooth watches them from behind in the thick grass. Ahsoka coos at the Sabertooth approaching them from behind, and Pavati reaches for her rifle and growls at the Sabertooth. She fights the Sabertooth with her rifle, but is outmatched by the larger feline. Pavati manages to fire a gunshot, which alerts her husband and Nikhil, and several dogs begin to bark in the village. With her rifle damaged, Pavati fights back with a knife. Several villagers, including Nikhil, race towards the forest clearing. Once they get there, following a struggle, the Sabertooth knocks out Pavati with a strike of its paw. Though the villagers arrive, they are unable to stop the Sabertooth from carrying the toddler Ahsoka away into the forest. Pavati cries out in despair, and Nikhil attempts to comfort his wife. Meanwhile, Antika clutches a talisman and chants a prayer. In the depths of the forest, the Sabertooth carries Ahsoka to its nest among several tree roots. The big cat begins to lick its wounds and is initially hostile towards Ahsoka. Before the creature can touch Ahsoka, the toddler reaches out and touches its nose gently, causing it to reconsider. Back at the village, Tarakoga villagers, including Nikhil, gather their weapons to go out for a search. Before they can depart into the night, Sabertooth returns. The villagers are about to shoot the creature, but Gantika convinces them to wait. As the Sabertooth exits the forest clearing into the light, the villagers realize that Ahsoka is riding on the creature's back. The villagers are relieved and amazed that the toddler survived unharmed. The Sabertooth bows its head, allowing Pavati to pick up her daughter. Pavati thanks the creature in the Teragoti language before allowing the Sabertooth to return to the forest. Nikhil also embraces his daughter and wife. When Pavati asks Gantika how Ahsoka survived, Gantika replies that Ahsoka is a Jedi.
And now, a word from our sponsors. Does your bald head take a beating from shaving, the sun, and all other things Mother Nature throws your way? Do ladies look at your dry, sunburnt head and cringe? Well, guys, there's a new product out there in the head care market that promises to rock your head. I mean dome. Looks soft, clean, and touchable, and it's trending #1 through social media and on YouTube. Introducing Dome Armor. It conditions with moisturizers like coconut oil and shea butter, protects with sunscreen up to SPF 45, and enhances your already sexy dome into an irresistible hands-on experience. Keep your dome safe and protected. Get Dome Armor, now available in fresh bacon scent. Sure to get the ladies to come running in fine stores like Walmart and Lowe's. Oh, and for those still struggling with minor hair loss, try Grow Gain. This product will refresh, revitalize, and regrow hair on your dome.
That's right. Need some of that grow gain, but might be a lost cause. Anyway, yeah. So we're looking forward to some
Feedback at KyleJohansson.us. That's feedback, KaileJohansen.us.
That's right. Send us your feedback at that email address, KylesJohansson.feedback. KylesJohansson at feedback. Whatever. Feedback at KylesJohansson.us. That's right. And also on the left-hand side of our website, you can click on the link that says feedback, and it'll open up a form. Put in the name that you want us to call you by in your feedback. Anything you want in there. Complain, tell us something we missed. Some spoilers. No, we don't want those. How about, Easter eggs? Yeah, send us some of that. Anything, really. You can go fill out the question of the week, which this week is: how soon does Ahsoka leave the village for her Jedi training? That's right. So we do know that Ahsoka gets trained really early as an infant um, at the Jedi Academy. So my question is basically how soon from this point on does she leave? Does she leave right away, or does she get a couple years? What is the answer there? So we've got that, and you can also go to the YouTube page that this video will be posted at, and you can then put comments there. So yeah, we got the feedback there, and that about wraps this episode up.
Thank you for listening to the Rebel Alliance Briefing Room podcast.
Please visit our website where you can play current and past episodes. That's https://RABR KyleJohansson.us. That's RABR.KaileJohansen.us. On the left-hand side is a navigation menu. You can use this to learn how to load the Rebel Alliance Briefing Room podcast on your Android or Apple phone and tablet. And we have direct links to our podcast on Apple and Google Podcasts. Please participate by connecting to our social media, answering questions of the week, or submitting feedback directly from the site. Again, all of these are available at the Rebel Alliance Briefing Room website at RABR.KaileJohansen.us. This podcast in no way is approved, sponsored, or owned by Lucasfilms Ltd., Disney, Disney Plus, or any of its subsidiaries. All opinions are solely owned by Kyle and or Scott, and in no way express the views or opinions of their past or present employers. Views and opinions are not supported or restricted by Lucasfilms Ltd., Disney, Disney Plus, or any of its subsidiaries. Any rebroadcast, reproduction, or other use of this podcast and its affiliate sites without consent of Super Duper Podcast Network and its host is prohibited. I am Kyle Johansson, and this is Andrew Scott. Say goodbye now. Goodbye now.